Hey, this is Bauker from libertytotravel.com. Welcome to my WebinarHD review. I'm here inside the dashboard of this new piece of software to run webinars. And during this review, I will give you a walkthrough of the dashboard. I will give you a demo of the software and how to use it to create webinars, of course. I will also show you the sales page of this product and walk through the claims being made on the sales page to see if the product lives up to those claims. And of course, I've put together a package of custom and exclusive bonuses that you'll be able to get when you purchase WebinarHD through the link in the description below this video. So that link will take you to this page on my website, and over here, when you purchase WebinarHD through any of the green buttons on this page, you'll be able to get my bonuses free of charge after your purchase. Now, these bonuses are designed by me specifically to help you make the most out of a WebinarHD. So that means they're not going to be available anywhere else. Other affiliates are not going to be able to offer you these bonuses, and they're not made from PLR either. They're made from my own knowledge and experience. So bonus number 1, how to sell on webinars. So in WebinarHD, there is not much of training included. So what I decided to do is I recorded a quick training on how to sell effectively on webinars. Now, I have done webinars myself in the past. I've also worked with business partners to create webinars, and they all converted really, really well. And I basically lay out the entire formula that I go through during those webinars to sell on those webinars effectively. So that is all covered in this first bonus that's really going to help you out with WebinarHD. Then bonus number 2, how to write killer headlines for ads, emails, pages, etc. Now, obviously, your webinar needs to have a good headline to attract people to want to sign up for it and then come to the webinar once it is live. So in this bonus, I show you exactly how you can find the best headlines in the world from the best copywriters in the world, and then use those headlines to model your own headlines on them. So that way you don't have to write headlines completely from scratch. You can basically find the already well-converting headlines and then model your own headlines on those headlines. And I show you exactly how I do that every single time in this second bonus. Then the third bonus, from now on, the bonuses are about driving traffic to your webinar. So first of all, a really great free traffic source that you can use is Facebook. Now, the problem with that though is obviously you're going to need to find targeted people on Facebook. So in this bonus, I show you how you can build a list of buyers on Facebook, where you can find proven buyers of products on Facebook, and then you can add them to your friends list, to your pages, to your groups, whatever you want, whichever method you want to use to add these people, and then send them to your webinars. So this will really help you find people who are proven buyers of products in your niche. And then when you run a webinar to those people, they're much more likely to purchase your product at the end of your webinar than if you just send your webinar to a bunch of random people. Then bonus number 4 is how and where to buy high quality solo ads. This is another great traffic source to send people to your webinars. People on solo ad lists are used to opting into email lists. They're used to registering for stuff. And so registering for a webinar is like second nature to them. So these people are going to convert really well for your webinars, and then you'll be able to sell them your products as well. So that's bonus number 4. And then on top of your traffic, whichever traffic you're going to run, you will always want to do retargeting. So bonus number 5, my full Facebook retargeting course, showing you how to set up retargeting with Facebook to double the results you get from any traffic source. Now, why am I saying you can double your results from any traffic source? Because all those people that went and clicked on your links and then didn't register for your webinar, they are not lost forever when you set up Facebook retargeting. You can send ads to these people again, reminding them to sign up for your webinar. And even when they have signed up, you can use Facebook retargeting as well to remind them to actually show up for when your webinar is going live. And then if they missed the webinar, you can use retargeting again to remind them to watch the replay. So yeah, retargeting with webinars is an extremely powerful method, and it can definitely double, if not more, your results from any other traffic. So this is absolutely a must to run retargeting when you're doing webinars. Now, in addition to the bonuses that I've provided, there are a couple bonuses that the vendor, Kimberly de Vries and Danny de Vries, have provided me with to give to you. So I'm assuming other affiliates are going to give you these bonuses. I don't want you to miss out on those because you've decided that my bonuses are better than anyone else's. So I'm also going to give you access to all of those bonuses. So I'm not going to read the full description of these bonuses. You can read along with me if you want by pausing the video and read them, but here are those bonuses: Webinar Authority, Webinar Mind Map, Webinar Presentation Template, Webinar Blueprint for Successful Webinars, Sales Webinar Checklist, List Building with Webinar, and Webinar Outline. So those 7 bonuses are also going to be provided to you after your purchase of WebinarHD through the link in the description below this video. Now, after your purchase of WebinarHD, you will have the option of purchasing some upgrades. I will go over exactly what those upsells are and what they cost later during this video, so stay tuned for that. But when you do purchase any of those upgrades, you will also get access to my full Facebook ads course. Now, Facebook ads is actually one of the best traffic sources to run people to webinars, as running people directly to sales pages and even getting them to sign up on a squeeze page is not as effective anymore on Facebook, but webinars is still really, really effective. So this bonus is all about how to run Facebook ads effectively. I show you how to set up your accounts the right way so you don't get your accounts in trouble, how to structure your campaigns, how to target the right people and choose the right placements for your ad sets, then how to write headlines for your ads, how to choose the right images so people actually click on your ads, and then once you start running ads and you get some data, how to use that data to optimize your campaigns for even better results in the future. So that is all covered in my full Facebook ads course that you'll be able to get when you purchase any of the upgrades through for WebinarHD. Then if you purchase upgrade number 3 is the reseller rights to WebinarHD, which allows you to sell this product as if it's your own product and keep 100% of the profits for yourself. Then you will also get reseller rights to my latest product, which is Crack's Bank. So that allows you also to sell that product and keep 100% of all the profits of that for yourself. Okay, let's have a look at the actual software. I'm here inside the dashboard. If we go to the quick start page, you can see there are 3 different types of webinars you can create with WebinarHD. So one feature that really makes WebinarHD stand out is the ability to run a live webinar that is streamed to Facebook or YouTube, or YouTube at the same time as you are running your webinar. So you can stream to your audience on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever they are, while you're running your webinar. So rather than having your Facebook audience or your YouTube audience sign up for your webinar, they don't even have to sign up. They can just watch your webinar live wherever you stream it. So whether you stream it in a group on Facebook or on your Facebook newsfeed or on your YouTube channel, wherever your audience is hanging out. And of course, if you don't have an audience there yet, then my bonus number 3 is really going to help you out, because that is all about how to build an audience of buyers on Facebook. So if you add those buyers to a group on Facebook, or you add them to your friends list and you stream a webinar on your newsfeed or in that group, then you will really stand out from everyone else who is just running webinars through sign-up pages, and then people have to sign up first. They have to remember when it is. Whereas with Facebook, they're already on Facebook all the time anyway, so they get reminders. They get a notification whenever you're live. So this will get a lot more of your audience to actually show up for your webinars. Now, obviously, instant webinar, that is the default webinar where people have to sign up on a page and then they can register and they get reminders by email. There's also forever webinar, which is an upgrade. So I will cover that later during this video, as I said, because the upgrades are something I will cover later. So let's have a quick look at how to set up a webinar. So instant webinar and live webinar, pretty much the setup is almost exactly the same. So I'm just going to go with instant webinar. The only difference is, of course, at the very end, once you've gone through this process, you connect it to either your Facebook or your YouTube live stream so that it runs there as well. So here we have the basic configuration. You give your webinar a name. So this is like test Bauke 1. Can't even spell my own name. There we go. Webinar title. I'll give it the same title and the same description as well. Then do we want a replay or not? So in case you don't want to have a replay, if you want to give people scarcity and like really like make them have to show up live to be able to watch your webinar, you can just disable this replay feature and then there won't be a replay of your webinar. That can really help with getting people to show up to your webinar. Then also you can have a custom buy button. So here you can put in any URL to make people buy a product from you at the end of your webinar once you are actually pitching a product. That can also be directly a PayPal button, of course. So start time and start date and time. So I'm just gonna leave that as is because that's like an hour from now, so that's fine. Then I click next. You can add extra presenters or moderators to your webinar. You can add as many as you want. So that will allow you to have other people be your co-hosts for your webinar. Branding, so here we have the registration page, what it's going to look like. So we have the title of our webinar, the description of our webinar, which in this case is the same. Then you can upload a logo over here. Let me quickly do that and show you what that looks like when I upload a logo. So let's go with this logo, this one, there we go. So you can see the logo shows up at the top of your registration page. You can change the color scheme. So you can add any color by hex code right here. So if I want this to be white, then I just have to put in all Fs. If I want this to be black, all zeros, it turns black. And then any other, if you don't know how to get this type of code, it's very easy. You can just Google it, like color codes, and then you can pick any color and just paste it in here. Custom videos, so this is optional. These are the videos that show up on your registration page, your thank you page, or your broadcast page. So you can paste in YouTube URLs here, and then that video will show up there. You can leave it as is, and then it will just have default videos that are just a description of the different things that people can do on this page. So that is something I'm going to leave as is for now, but it could be really useful to record your own videos to make sure that you have your own branding all over your webinar pages, of course. Then tracking, so this allows you to put your Facebook pixels in here. So this is, of course, if you want to use my 5th bonus on Facebook retargeting, then this would be where you put your Facebook pixels, and you can retarget people that have been to your registration page, people that have been to your thank you page, people that have been on your waiting for broadcast page. So you can basically say if people have been to the registration page but not to the thank you page, that means they haven't registered even though they saw the page. So then you can retarget them to make them register. If they have been to your registration page but they have not been to your broadcast page, that means they have registered but didn't show up for the webinar. So then you can retarget them again to actually show up, but also to watch the replay in case they missed the actual webinar. So this will really help you to retarget people very finely and get better results from your webinar, of course, as a result of that. Custom thank you page, so you can have your own thank you page rather than the default one that comes with WebinarHD. So this allows you to basically create your own thank you page that you can send people to after they register for the webinar. Then email notifications. So here we have the reply to email address. That is the email address that you want people to reply to if they give a reply. Then here we are. So there is a confirmation, of course, when they register. There is a reminder a day before the webinar goes live. Then another reminder an hour before the webinar goes live. Another reminder 15 minutes before the webinar goes live. You can turn any of these on or off depending on if you want that many reminders or not. And then also after the webinar has been live, one day after, it will send a replay link and Okay, so to attendees or to absentees. So you can choose, do you want to send a replay to people who have been to your webinar? Do you want to send a replay to people who have not been to your webinar? And so in either case, you can have them send the replay link. And then here you can add any custom text to that email in addition to the default text that will already be sent out. All right, then the room configuration. Here we can say, do we want attendees to chat to each other, yes or no? If in case of no, then you will only be able to see the chats and the attendees will not be able to see each other's chats. Here you can import registrants. If you, for example, if you run a weekly webinar to the same group of people all the time, then you don't have to have them register every single time. You can just import your registrants from the first time when they signed up for it. Then also you can upload slides over here. So the recommended format to upload is a PDF. I think you can also upload things like PowerPoint presentations and what is the other one? The Macintosh thing, Keynote, something like that. I don't really know. I don't have a Macintosh, but let me see. I created a demo somewhere. I don't really remember where though. Yeah, I'll just upload this one. It's fine. There we go. So the PDF is in there. Now I click on next again, and that's it. That's the last step. Now I create the webinar. Now, I would have liked to show you how to also do it live on YouTube, but since I am live on YouTube while doing this review, that's not really an option for me right now. I can't really do two live things on YouTube at the same time. So that's not going to work, unfortunately. But if you are going to do the live thing on YouTube, there would just be an extra step at this point where you connect the software to YouTube or Facebook. So this takes a while, so while we wait for this to create the actual webinar, let's have a quick look at the sales page. So one thing, if you want a discount on this product, there will be some discounts announced here at the top of the sales page during the launch period. So this is just an example of what that will look like because the product is not live yet as I'm recording this. So I'm recording this on the 29th of October, pretty early in the day, depending on where you are. But the product is going live later today, the 29th of October at 11 a.m. EST. That's 11 a.m. in the morning in New York City. That's when the product will go live. There will be no discount at the beginning because the price will already be at its very lowest. However, if you do miss out on the initial launch discount during the launch period, which is 1 week, that is until this timer runs out. It's less than a week, actually. It's less than 6 days. During that period, the price will be at its lowest. Now, once the launch period is over, then the price is going to go up, or the product is actually not going to be available anymore initially once the launch is over. So if you want to get this product, you must make sure you get it before this timer runs out. That is when it's at its lowest possible price. Now, during that launch period, there will be some discounts announced on the sales page of the product. So keep an eye on this banner at the top of the sales page for the discount code you can use. So in this case, this would be an $8 discount on the commercial license. Now, let's have a quick look at the rest of the sales page. Hollywood-style Facebook, YouTube webinars that boost traffic and conversions at a click of a button. No monthly costs, unlimited hosts, unlimited webinars for unlimited profits. So this is really great that it's a one-time fee. There's no monthly costs. If you look at some of the competitors to WebinarHD, so for example, GoToWebinar is pretty much the biggest competitor at the moment. Let's have a quick look at their pricing. You can see how crazy it is that WebinarHD is doing no monthly costs as well. Then unlimited hosts, so you can have unlimited amount of people presenting during your webinar. This is really great as well. This means you can use this software for more than just webinars. You could use it for like meetings, online meetings with people. You can use it for mastermind groups, things like that. And also, what you can do is during your webinar, if one of your attendees wants to come on and talk to you live, you can basically upgrade them to presenter during the webinar, and then they can come on, talk to you, say a few things, and then you can demote them again to attendee. So you can basically have live interactions with your audience during your webinars. And there's no cap, of course, on the amount of webinars you can run with the software. So more reliability with the single stream video technology. So that is the technology they use to stream. More traffic by streaming any webinar live to Facebook or YouTube. More engagement by choosing your favorite broadcasting layout. So yeah, once you're live, you can choose different layouts. More hosts, more leads with done-for-you registration funnel. As I showed you, the funnel is basically included in the software, so you don't really have to create your own landing pages, thank you pages, registration pages, broadcast pages. All of that is already done for you with the software. More relaxed with automatic email notifications. That's also what I showed you. Email notifications are basically part of the software, so that's all built in. People will be reminded of when your webinar is about to go live. You don't have to set up anything yourself in your autoresponder software. More awesome, playing pre-recorded or any YouTube videos during live sessions. Yeah, another thing I didn't talk about yet is that you have the ability to play pre-recorded content during your live webinar within the software itself. So you don't actually have to open YouTube and open a video. You can have it show as if you are presenting that video. So you can basically have a webinar that you've done before as a recording playing during your actual webinar, and then you can still have the live interaction with your audience. So you can basically have like a hybrid between a pre-recorded webinar. If you have one pre-recording that worked really, really well in the past, you can use that. But then to be able to have that live interaction with your audience that really increases conversions and builds trust, you can still do that while your pre-recorded webinar is being played. You can chat with them, you can pause the recording and actually talk to someone live as well. So that is all included. So here you can see some income proof, case study. More case studies, some testimonials. There's even a testimonial from Russell Brunson, although I kind of doubt this was actually about this software. I think this was just in general a testimonial on how well webinars work for him in his business. And yeah, some more reasons why you should buy this, etc. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole sales page, of course. What I suggest you do is just click on the link in the description below this video, and then on any of the green buttons here, that will take you to this sales page, and you can read the whole thing by yourself at your own pace. Let's have a look at if the software has created this webinar by now. It hasn't, so I'm going to refresh the page to see what's going on there. Okay, so yes, it has been created. There we go. So I don't have to go through this step again. Here's the webinar. You can see this is the time that I set it to run at. That is like an hour from now as I'm recording this. Here we can do several things with this webinar. We can start it right now. We can give someone the link. So this copies the link to your clipboard, and then you'll be able to paste this link in anywhere else. So let me see if I can show you that. Basically, I can just paste this. You can see the webinar URL right here. So this is what you would want to send people to. If I paste that in here, then this will show me the registration page if all is working correctly. There we go. So this is the registration page. Now here we have the video. I already showed you during the creation of the webinar. You could specify a video URL. So this video could be your own video, but if you don't have it, if you don't change the video, then it's just this video created by Kimberly, one of the creators of WebinarHD. Then over here, of course, the time and date of the webinar, how much longer from now that is. So as I said, it's about an hour from now. Then here people can enter their name and email and register for the webinar. Here is your logo, your title of the webinar, and the description that you set while you were creating your webinar. Now, I wanted to show you also the GoToWebinar pricing, as I said before. So GoToWebinar, if you have a 7-day free trial, and then if you start out with a 100 participants plan, and you pay annually, you will pay $89 per month for this software. Now 100 participants isn't that much. You probably will want to upgrade very soon to 500 participants, costing you a whole $200 per month if you pay annually. Now if you pay monthly, it's $250 a month. So this is really, really expensive software. Whereas a WebinarHD is only going to be a one-time fee of either $47 or $97, depending on if you buy the personal or the commercial license. Now let me quickly show you the difference. So here we have the personal plan that allows you 50 webinars and 50 attendees per webinar. If you want the commercial plan, then this also comes with the right to sell. So you can use this as a service and create webinars for clients of yours. If you are like an online marketing provider, like a service provider, then you can create webinars for your clients, and you can create unlimited amount of webinars, and there's up to 500 attendees per webinar with this commercial plan, and that's $97 during the launch. However, as I said, there are discounts. There is a huge discount at the beginning of the launch, so make sure you get in as fast as possible if you want to get in at the lowest possible price. But the default price without the discounts that are going to be applied is $47 or $97. Now, I don't really recommend the personal plan because 50 attendees is a very low limit. So if you're going to do any sort of serious webinars for your business, then you are probably going to need 500 attendees. But even at that price, even at $97, the full price, you will still pay less for a one-time lifetime access to the commercial license of WebinarHD than it costs to have GoToWebinar for a single month at the starter plan with 100 participants. So it's really, really, really good deal right now. Okay. Yeah, I was going to show you the rest of this. So here we have the option to edit this webinar. Of course, that will take you back into the step-by-step editor of the webinar. Then over here, we can copy this webinar if you want to use the exact same webinar. Again, as I said before, for example, if you do like a weekly webinar for a group of people, then you can just copy this webinar and everything will be copied, the title, the description, all the settings, etc. Now here I can go ahead and run the actual webinar. Now everything is web-based. There's no software to install or anything like that. This runs in your browser, on your computer. So here we are, the webinar. I can start it right now by clicking on Start Webinar. Install extension. I need to install a Chrome extension that will allow me to, I think, share my screen. Yeah, there we go. So in order to share my screen, I need to install a Chrome extension. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm already recording my screen while recording this review. So I won't be able to do that right now. This will just create like an infinite loop of shared screens. So I'm not going to do it right now, as I said. I could, no, I also cannot show my webcam because I'm recording on my webcam while doing this review as well. So, but here is where you would turn on your webcam, turn on your microphone. Again, I can't do that right now because I'm using my microphone to record this review, but you get the idea. You would just basically do all that. Now here we have the admin team. So this is me right now. Attendees, here your attendees will show up. And also when you have attendees, they can actually, as I said, be promoted to admin. That means they can actually show themselves inside your webinar and then you can talk with them live. I'm not going to share my screen, but I am going to share my slides. I think I uploaded slides, but this seems to have not worked. Okay, let me see if I can do that again. Okay, so my slides are uploading right now. I think I know why this is taking so long. Because I am actually live streaming this review right now to YouTube. So that's taking up basically my entire upload speed right now. So this is not really going to work, I think. So I'm not going to be able to show you this right now. But here is also where you would be able to play a YouTube video, as I said before. So you can have a pre-recorded webinar. You can put in the URL to the video here, click on play now, and then the video will start playing inside your webinar screen. I'm actually going to do that right now to show you exactly what it looks like when something is playing on your screen. So I'm going to go and grab a YouTube URL somewhere. turn the sound off. I don't know if that's going to work while it's still we're busy uploading this material though. But I kind of wanted to show you the different presentation layouts, but it's not really going to work because I also don't have my webcam. Let me double check something. Maybe I can use my other webcam for this. Yes, no. Ah, yeah. Good. So this is my laptop's integrated webcam. So here is where you can see the webcam, and I can double click on this to maximize. So if I want, yeah, but that's, again, it's working on the uploading right now, but I can show you the different layouts. So obviously the presentation would be showing over here inside the middle of the screen. Now you can have different layouts. You can have different webcams showing up here at the bottom of your screen. So if you're the only presenter, then it will just show yours here on the bottom left corner. And if you are with other presenters, the other ones will show in a row next to yours. Now, if you want the webcam to be a little bigger compared to the screen, that is done over here. If you only want to show people's webcams and not the presentation itself, then over here you will just have a grid of different webcams, up to 6 at the time. So if you're talking with 6 different people, you can show those 6 webcams over here. And then over here you have just 2 big webcams over here, and then smaller webcams of all the others down here. So those are the different layouts you can choose. So this is the one that you're mainly going to be using, either this one or this one, depending on how big you want your webcam to show up during that webinar. And then over here is where your presentation will actually take place. But as I said, my presentation is uploading. It's taking a very long time. I don't think it's going to work right now. So I'm just going to leave this right here while I go back to this page on my website. You can go and read along with me by clicking on the link below, as I said. And we're going to have a look at the pricing and the upsells. So the pricing, I already mentioned it. It's going to be $47 for the personal version and $97 for the commercial version, with a discount available during the launch period. Just keep an eye on the coupon at the top of the sales page that you will be able to see when you click on this green button over here. Now, let's have a look at the upsell. So there's upsell number 1, again, that is also $47 or $97 depending on personal or commercial license. And again, there's going to be a 10% discount code. Keep an eye on the top of the sales page during the launch. There will be a 10% discount code at some point during the launch available for that as well. Now, this is the Evergreen edition, allowing you to create evergreen webinars. What that means is you only use your webinar live once, and then it will create a simulated live webinar. So it will be a recording of a webinar you did before, but it will be as if it is live to all of your audience, to all of your attendees. So that's basically just like with Evergreen or Webinar Jam or something like that. It's like Webinar Jam, which is one of those softwares that create this, but this is an alternative to it. Now, Webinar Jam or Webinar Jam or whatever it's called is about $200 to $400 per year, depending on which version you buy. So here again, you get a crazy deal. Instead of paying $200 to $400 a year, you pay just a one-time fee of $47 or $97. This will give you also up to 1,000 attendees. So if you need more than 500, then you purchase this upgrade as well. In addition to that, I think all the rest, there is built-in autoresponder that is already also here. Recorded chat history, email-enabled chat, play on recurring schedule. Email-enabled chat allows you to chat with people on a recorded webinar. So when they are chatting during the recorded webinar, you get the chats in your email. You can reply with email, and then they will still see you replying to them during the webinar, and it will be even more of a live-like experience. Social media integration, autoresponder integration, Zapier integration, analysis and report, and self-help tutorials. So all of that is included in the first upsell. Now, I highly recommend you get that because it's such a good deal, and only during the launch period will you be able to get this at this one-time fee. And if you ever plan on like basically streaming pre-recorded content during webinars, then this is a really great way to do that. Then Upsell 2, $37 a month. This is the perfect Webinar HD that allows you to get voiceover done for one of your webinars every month by Kimberly. So this is great if you don't want to do your own webinars, if you don't want to present your own webinars, then you can get her to do the voiceover for your webinar, and that is part of this upsell. Then also you will get access to the WebinarHD Marketplace, allowing you to market your webinar to other users. You get access to 6 weeks of training and monthly coaching calls, and that will where you will learn the best way to structure your webinars for high ticket sales. Learn how to set up your webinar pages and funnels for best performance and grow your list with warp speed. Learn how to sell between $297 and $5,000 products on a webinar with ultimate success and gain a job-replacing income running live and evergreen webinars. So it's basically a lot of training involved in how to run webinars, how to effectively run webinars and sell on webinars. Now, of course, I'm going to give you a basic training on how to do just that as a bonus to the front end. So you don't have to buy this upsell. If you just want to get that basic training, I will give that to you as my first bonus for buying the front end. However, this will probably go into a lot more detail on exactly how to sell on webinars. So it's still a good deal if you want to get this. And even if you just want to get the voiceover done, that's already really great. If you want to see Kimberly's presentation skills, just check out the sales page because she's really good. She did this video as well, I think over here. This video. So just click on the link in the description below, then click on any of the green buttons and watch this video on the sales page to see Kimberly's presentation skills, so you can see that this is actually a really good deal to get her to do your webinars for you. Then upsell 3, I mentioned this already, that is $97 for the personal version, $197 for the commercial version. That allows you to sell WebinarHD as your own business. You'll be able to send traffic to the WebinarHD sales page and keep 100% of all the profits for yourself. So if people buy the front end and the first upsell, you've already made your money back because just those two products together are the price of the upsell. So that allows you to basically have a complete business in a box selling WebinarHD as your own product. And also you will get special bonuses for buying any of these upgrades. As I said, if you buy any upgrade, regardless of which one, you will get my full Facebook ads course. And if you buy those reseller rights, you will also get reseller rights to Cracksbank, my latest product. So let's have a quick look over here and see if anything happened. No, I'm sorry. The upload speed is just completely taken up by my presentation right now. So I'm not going to be able to show you the content in here. But I think you kind of got the idea of how this software works. It worked really fast. It's really easy to use as it's like so intuitive. And I think anyone can really do this. So yeah, it's really great software for the price. So I highly recommend you go and get this with my bonuses by clicking on the link in the description below right now. If you like this review, make sure to give it a thumbs up on YouTube. If not, give it a thumbs down because feedback is important for me to make sure I always make good reviews for you. And also, if you have any other questions about this product or anything else internet marketing related, leave a comment below in the comments of YouTube. I always answer my YouTube comments, so that is a great place to reach out to me. And click on the red subscribe button, then the little bell next to it when you want to get notified whenever I post new videos on my YouTube channel, like product reviews, internet marketing tips and tricks, and travel vlogs. So thank you for watching my WebinarHD review, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.